All right, guys. We said we were going to lift heavy this cycle. So here it is. And I'm stuck back here in the dungeon filming this for y'all. So if you got questions, as always, find me, Ryan, text, whatnot, because I am away from the gym or not in the gym. 3 weeks. That's what we've got. And then a max, week 4. We're going to go what's called a 5-3-1 on our strength lifts. And we're going to do a 3-2-1 on our Olympic lifts with a little bit of a twist on our clean days. First and foremost, we'll start with Olympic lifts because that's what we're starting with today. 3-2-1. We are working for a heavy 3 this week, a heavy 2 next week, a heavy 1, but not a max on the following week. And that's kind of an important thing for snatch and for clean jerk, or for clean, excuse me. Make sure that we don't try to max on week 3. Focusing on this week and next week, it is not touch and go. It is forbidden. I'm going to go ahead and say that. It is forbidden to touch and go. They need to drop, release, reset, and go again. The only time that they should not drop and release is if they have 10s or 15s on for obvious reasons, but they should still stop, reset. The difference, though, is that they stop and reset is they'll go down, they'll reset. Don't let them walk 3 steps away, breathe, come back. It should be a drop, take 1 breath, maybe 2, reach back down and grab. Like, it's a true triple. The second thing to this is not single, 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 single. I think this is a heavy weight. Now I'm going to attempt a triple. It is a start at triples, okay, and work your way up. For instance, me personally, 175, 195, 205, 215, 225. I started at 175 and started triples, and I worked my way up, okay? Same thing next week when we go doubles. It's not a let's warm up with singles all the way up until I get to a heavy weight, and then I'll try to start going doubles. They should be aiming for 80 to 85% this week. They should be aiming for 85 to 90% next week, and they should be aiming for 95% for the last week, okay? So take that in perspective. They should probably be about 15% below that. That's when they should start hitting their triples and doubles for their working sets. We're looking for 4 to 5 working sets. Snatch is super easy and straightforward. It's triples, doubles, singles. Cleans are a little bit different. We're going to combine cleans with a front squat, meaning that this week we're going to clean, front squat, clean, front squat, clean. So we're going to hit 3 cleans, but we're going to hit 2 front squats in between. They're all squat cleans. So it actually ends up being 5 squats total. 1 triple, if you will, is all 5 reps, just like snatch was. All right, and the same thing applies. This is not let's warm up until we get to a heavy weight and then see if we can hit the complex. Like, they should be trying to hit the complex 5 times or 4 times with heavy weights. All right, the percentages that they're going after, maybe not quite as heavy. You're probably looking at 80-ish for the triple. Next week, 85-ish, 90-ish for the last week. It's not going to be able to get as heavy as snatch just because those front squats are going to fatigue you. Easy and straightforward on Olympic lifts. Strength lifts, we're going to go to a 5-3-1 cycle, meaning 5s this week, 3s, 1s, 3s next week, 1s on the last week. We will hit 1 set at 5 at 80, 1 set, at 75, 1 set at 80. 85%, we are going to hit a max set. So deadlifts, we are going to go until we cannot go anymore. Deadlifts are not touch and go, period. Deadlifts are drop the bar down, dead stop, go again. I don't care if they go slow and it looks like they're in control. The bar has to stop for a dead second or 2. Even the slightest coming back up quickly activates stretch shortening cycle, and that's not what we want. We want dead stop deadlifts. Back squats, they need to, when they get to the top, we're not back squatting. When they front squat and they get to the top, they need to take 1-2 breaths, go back down. If they're taking like 10, 12 breaths and they're taking 15 seconds, they need to rack it up. They're done. All right. 1 set of 5, 2nd set of 5, rep out. The next week, it'll be set of 3, rep out. Last week, it'll be set of 1, rep out. Then we will max on the following week. That's going to be in the class. We'll do that for front squat. We'll do that with strict press. We'll do that with deadlift. In L4, for those of you that are wondering, we're going to do some strength maintenance work. We're going to back squat. We're going to bench press. We're going to, I think those are the only 2, 4x4 at 75%. It is strictly for maintenance. We're not going to go up. If we do go up, we'll just up the volume, but this is a strength maintenance idea. This cycle is about getting strong. It's about volume accumulation, and it's about getting strong. When your people ask, the idea behind it is that this is our strength portion before we go into our prep. We're getting volume accumulation. We're not getting endurance. We're not getting training. We just spent 20s and time under tension. Now is time to lift, as V and Morgan say, some heavy ass weights. Okay, we're gonna try to get after it this time. It's 3 weeks long, and then we'll follow with a max. We will deload, and then believe it or not, we're 6 weeks away from an open, and we've got to start focusing on what's going on. Things and stuff that we need to, tips and cues and all that I haven't gone over. One, to reiterate, we spent an immense amount of time on 20s and on pauses working on positions. Reinforce those positions. Take them through during the warm-up. Take them through pauses in those positions again to make them remember what they're going through. Hell, even tell them, I do it myself, tell them on their lighter weights to go through some of those pauses and then start to go through their actual warm-up sets. We are looking to see transfer of what we saw and what we learned all last month. On the heavy stuff, we're looking for people to grind. I'm not asking for people to drop the weight off their back or off their chest on front squats or anybody to hurt themselves on deadlifts, but encourage people to find limits they've never found before safely. We're all good enough coaches, and in the big class we have 2 coaches. Deadlift, if they start to have poopy dog back, cut them, don't let them go. Front squat, same thing. If they have poopy dog back or if they're holding it up with their wrists only, cut them. But we are looking for them to push their envelope a little bit. That's how we're going to get this out of. This is a proven workout. It's not heavy in volume. After this week in 5s, I mean, it's 3s and it's 1s. We're going to get after it. We're going to be fine. That's the strength side. That's what we're looking at. On Saturdays, we're going to do strict press. Okay, so those people that want to get that upper body, that's where it's going to be at. Is it's going to be on Saturdays. Still doing everything the same with gymnastics. We're not changing anything there. Wolf work is there. Wednesdays, we're going to institute some longer EMOMs that are not as cardio intensive yet. They're going to be still kind of odd object-y and more towards strength. This is our last push till the open. I mean, this is 4 weeks, really getting after it. We might sneak one small little 3-week cycle during open prep, but for people that are looking to make big jumps, this is it. This is what we've got. So tell your people to eat, tell your people to mobilize, tell your people to recover, and coach the shit out of the technique that we already did a hell of a job last cycle. So any other questions, holler at me, let me know. I'm done from the dungeon.